So the biggest news that happened this week was that OpenAI announced Stargate, a $500 billion investment of AI data centers, and it made Elon a bit mad. So I'm going to share everything that we know, including some videos of the CEO of the biggest investment firm here, the SoftBank, and it's going to be a nice one. So first off, it all started with this tweet. That is, Stargate Project is a new company which intends to invest $500 billion over the next 4 years building new AI infrastructure for OpenAI in the United States. So quite a lot of money, and some people are, I'll get into that in a minute. We will begin deploying $100 billion immediately. This infrastructure will secure American leadership in AI, create hundreds of thousands of American jobs, and generate massive economic benefit for the entire world. Yeah, the entire world. This project will not only support the reindustrialization of the United States, but also provide a strategic capability to protect the national security of America and its allies. So it's basically just saying two different things in the same exact paragraph, like entire world, almost, but also for America and its allies. And for the rest of the article here, it basically goes through that Stargate and basically SoftBank, OpenAI, Oracle, and MGX are coming together to make this project called Stargate. And I actually want to show you, Trump is involved in this, and I want to show you a tab here of him actually. So this guy, Masayoshi Son, he is the president, I believe, or the CEO of this company. And let me share the sound here real quick. There, share the sound. And let's take a quick look at this.
Well, Mr. President, last month I came to celebrate your winning and promised that we will invest $100 billion. And you told me, oh, Masa, go for 200. Yeah. Now I came back with 500. Because this is the, as you said yesterday, this is the beginning of golden age of America. This is one great example, I think, right? We wouldn't have decided to do this.
I think so.
This is the beginning of golden age. We wouldn't have decided unless you won. And yesterday we agreed, we signed to make this happen. Because of this thing.
Very nice.
So we would make this happen. We would immediately start deploying $100 billion with the goal of making $500 billion within next 4 years, within your term, right? Because of your success.
There you go.
That's a lot of money
slinging around
to invest in AI. Is this all going to go towards AI centers in the US?
Exactly right. So they're building a data center in Texas that is going to have this data center, and also they say hundreds of thousands of jobs. How many people do you need to have the data center open? Isn't it just basically like a technician that is like wandering these big hallways of data centers? And
then you need people to build it, right? To put this together. So maybe that's what they're referring to. So, they're going to have jobs, but for 2 years,
Yeah, and obviously it's kind of like a political thing as well. Like I felt with the entire beginning of this is very political.
Yeah, I love how on the previous one that Elon said they don't actually have the money.
That's exactly what I wanted to go to next. So this started a little bit of a brawl, and they say they don't, or Elon says they don't actually have the money. And that led Sam Altman to say, not this one, but wrong, as you surely know. Want to come visit the first site already underway? Oh, a little bit of a...
Yeah.
This is great for the country. I realize what is great for the country isn't always what's optimal for your companies, but in your new role, I hope you'll mostly put America first. So I think it's a a pretty decent response from Sam, to be honest. He basically said, that's wrong, as you surely know. Elon being the troll master number one, obviously he probably knew, but he tweeted it out anyways to get attention. But yeah.
Maybe there was also a little bit of jealousy going on. Because obviously XAI isn't on the list of companies, right?
Yeah, exactly. And he probably negotiated himself into it a little bit, but they said, nah, Elon, you're too crazy. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the other people are doing. But yeah, Sam ended it with saying, I genuinely respect your accomplishments and think you're the most inspiring entrepreneur of our time. Sam is also a sarcastic little bastard. So don't know if that is true or not. So that was Sam reacting to it. Obviously, Elon is quite sad from it. He also said SoftBank has well under $1 billion secured. I have that on good authority. So it seems like he has. Obviously, it's not. I have no idea. So we're just basing this off of them. This image leaked, or of the image of the research tool OpenAI used to come up with their $500 billion number for Stargate, showing a crack type.
Who knows, right? Sounds like a lot of money, so I wouldn't be surprised, to be fair.
It sounds so funny when Trump is like, oh, we can give you, or the guy says, oh, we can give you 100 billion. And he's like, yeah, but can you give me 200 billion? And then they just end up at 500 billion.
Yeah, you can have 500. I don't care.
It's quite ridiculous just throwing those numbers around. Yeah, so I thought that one was funny, but there is a real risk here. And this came from Ethan Mollick, a great follow on X, that said 500 billion committed towards AGI, still no articulated vision of what a world with AGI looks like for most people. Even the huge essay by the CEO of Anthropic doesn't paint a vivid picture. For those convinced they are making AGI soon, what does daily life look like 5 to 10 years later? And that's really true, right? They don't really have a plan or a grand vision of how should life be like. What for regular people? What about the jobs? And what about everything that happens after AGI, where we basically have 0 jobs left technically when we get robotics as well. So
exactly. So that's kind of the thing we talked about last time about what Zuckerberg said on the podcast. Like when he was asked, like, will AI take the jobs, right? And he kind of said, yes, but not really. That kind of pushes us towards like thinking, oh shit, the AI is actually going to take our jobs if this goes ahead and goes as planned.
Yeah, I really would love, for example, my vision. I've told before about the utopia where we get paid from the government and we can do creative jobs and fulfill our own personal goals. But we have not seen anybody share a vision of what they want the future to look like, which is a little bit scary to me, to be honest. I wish we could all get together about one common vision. But to read a little bit more here, let's leave aside the risk of catastrophe for now. Assume we get an online AGI that supercharges science and we have healthier, more advanced, safer world. What does that actually mean for most people? What does their life look like in the future? Hint, UBI is not an answer. Okay, that was my answer. Let's see what more here. When I say UBI is not the answer, I mean UBI is a policy decision. It's not a description of what life would be like in a world of a highly advanced AI. And saying the definition of a singularity means we can't say what comes next. It's also just dodging the question of a vision. Based on the replies, I feel like we are ill-served by science fiction, which seems to be a primary source of imagination. Everyone says Terminator or dystopias. There are few positive examples and even fewer focus on near-term AGI. There's no clear roadmap to the culture of Star Trek.
It's making some good points. Like we're hearing all about the advancements, the AGI. AGI is coming in 5 years or something, the data centers. But what will that mean to people? Like that's what we want to know. and kind of the plan that they have, if they have any plan.
Yeah, exactly. So, Elon, since you're watching this, Mark, since you're watching this, Jeff, Sundar, we're on YouTube right now, so I bet you're scraping this data already. Can you give us an answer to this question? And I bet that they had this conversation internally as well, where it's basically, we just want to be first. I don't care about how we do it. We're just going to be first. And then we'll figure out the AI, everything safety after the fact. But that's not a great answer as well. So,
No,
yeah.
and because I think like once this is here, it's going to be implemented so quickly that we just won't have time, is what I'm thinking.
Exactly. Yeah. And we got to train it like a newborn kid that has good values and principle, ethics, morals, and everything like that. So 500 billion was invested. Trump got a little paycheck, obviously the leader of America. And Elon, a little bit of a crybaby on the side. But I don't know. I love to see it. The competition is going upwards here.
Oh yeah, definitely.